So I'm here to do my blog post for Form 3, Module 4. I chose to do option 3, where it's develop a communication and public relations plan for your school district. Incorporate social media along with more traditional venues for communicating school district news. And why is it important to use multiple platforms to communicate with school stakeholders, including the pros and cons of each component of your communication public relations plan. Um, I think for this day and time, this century, 21st century, that it's very important to use social media for the outlet. Mostly everybody has some form of social media, which comes, like Snyder said, Facebook, Twitter. So I would choose to use those two, particularly Facebook. I will have probably a more of a classroom Facebook page where I can post events and things that's going on in the school or in the classroom that might be having events have going on. Maybe conferences. Um, what else? Conferences, trainings, workshops that parents can come to. One on one, if they want to schedule something one on one, they get DM me on Facebook, personal email, like school emails, where I have my email address, school email address, and all the students have email addresses as well, and the parents. So basically, the parents can be able to email me about certain issues and things of that sort as well. Um, also, I think what we use is Google Docs. I think that's a fun thing to do as well. Maybe have a Google Docs spreadsheet where the parents will have access to a web-based database where they will actually be able to see your child. Each child will have their own Google Doc database, and basically I can like load up like the student grade, what they got on a test, a quiz, homework, and things of that nature to keep the parents involved in what's going on in the classroom. Um, it's all, I think the pros and cons of that is the pros is that it keeps the parents involved and they always know what's going on with their child at all times, like grade wise and things like that. I know sometimes that child might not let the parent know that they're not doing good in a subject, or they might tell a story or lie about they got A on a test when they really got an F. Um, so I think that'd be a good thing to keep them in the know and keep good communication between the parent and the teacher. The cons of that would be um, the parents getting too involved, where they're just like emailing me like nonstop, and then when I don't, or I don't respond promptly in enough time, then they get upset, and then they want to call or they want to stop in and things of that nature. Which I'm not in really education yet, but I've been in higher education a little bit, and I've seen where even as having an adult student, the parents call and things like that if you don't email them promptly to let them know what's going on with their child. So I understand being in elementary school or middle school, which I plan on doing, the parents is like 10 times worse. So I think that'll be the cons of using those kind of outlets or any outlets in general, because some parents, they really want to know every last issue going on with their child, every last grade, anything. They want to be updated, and if you don't update them with a certain amount of time, then they kind of like will reach out and get antsy and want to, contact you. So that's be the cons of the social media and having all the outlets for the parents to be able to be involved. That's the end of my blog post, Form 3.